Welcome to another edition of XFeed. Today we're going over a major story of one of the most backed games that has officially shut down amongst a lot of other ones. And to be honest, you kind of have to be living in some of the discords and the communities that aren't on X or some of the major platforms to see what's going on, because we have a very odd existence where we have half the people that are saying we have the most exciting stuff that you're ever going to see in your life coming, while the other half is just not talking about anything. And I mentioned this yesterday, so I'm like sort of repeating myself, but it's almost as if like that trend is getting more and more noticeable as each 24 hours pass. Just in XRP passes McDonald's in market value, making it more valuable than the world's biggest restaurant chain. I remember a couple years ago at some point, maybe it was earlier this year, and there was a comment about how the Home Depot, the stock, was more valuable than the entirety of Ethereum, which probably means nothing for the average individual, but for people that are within the space and understand these network dynamics and how many people are using these networks and what's being built on it, it's just kind of funny to think about. Yo, Web3 history, long time no see. How in the halibut are we? Yo, we're posting the stream too. Yo, thank you. Appreciate that. Just snapshot the 302 wallets that hold tier 3s plus core NFTs. So this is Ben.zzz. I was obsessed with Ben's game, which is Cambria. Basically, it's a Web3 version of RuneScape, but what's very interesting about it is a lot of the things that they do, they have where it's like actually very limited. You can see, and within the game that people want to play because it's fun, they go after these cosmetic benefits, and they did have these pets essentially. And so there was a falcon if you had a founder's pass, and now they're having these Genesis wyverns. So that's kind of cool. Again, if you're not playing the game, you probably don't care, but for people that are in those games, there's only 302 of them. They had like 4,000 concurrent players before on 14 days for their season 2, so we'll see how in demand those are. Moonbirds are proud to announce our partnership with the new and improved OpenSea. We're thrilled to collaborate and bring the very best to our community. So I was like trying to look around, and I don't understand what the hell like the partnership is. Like, maybe we're back to like kind of off to the side, just saying we have a partnership without explaining more. Maybe there's a whole lot that's going into it, but I'm just confused that there's not really more information with it, but we're saying, hey, we're partners. D Farmer saying, nah, wait a minute. GameSquare announced an NFT treasury strategy to go with their current ETH one. They're starting with 10 millions and intend to scale. This guy's got to use some spelling check. What the hell is this? Scale 10x within a year. Imagine Sailor for Bitcoin and Lee for ETH, except here books are thin. If this takes foot, I don't think you understand what happens with that kind of liquidity meets this kind of e-liquidity. So let's read the NFT strategy launch. And I agree. And this is, I keep repeating it, but think of the people that consistently pitch to you, oh, the old NFTs, nobody cares about them, this, that, and the other thing. Well, what are people going to look at first thing? Well, all these older NFTs, and sure, you got to dissect certain ones, but again, some of the thoughts around things are just rough, because almost anything that's new is not finding footing. It's not getting the trust of individuals, and like institutions absolutely are not getting in there. People really care about the track record, the history, and everything else under the sun. So my face is in the way here. I don't know if I move this off to the side. Sure, we'll do it like that. Yeah. So GameSquare's NFT strategy will focus on Ethereum native digital assets that align with its creative DNA, including culturally iconic digital art and collectibles. Rather than passively holding crypto assets, the company is emphasizing capital efficiency and utilizing DeFi protocols to unlock stablecoin yield while enhancing the long-term value of its ETH holdings. To ensure strong oversight, GameSquare has implemented a dedicated digital asset investment committee reporting to the board. All allocations are reviewed for compliance, security, and valuation integrity. The company does not engage in related party transactions and has strict internal controls in place for digital asset custody and liquidity. We are excited to be among the first public companies to include NFTs as part of the diversified digital asset strategy. This reflects the innovation approach to our treasury management initiatives. With deep experience building in-game and real-world creative environments, GameSquare is uniquely positioned to understand the cultural and economic value of these digital assets. So the question with this too is, all right, are we simply going for the ones that are in quotes avatars, right? The profile picture type ones, the crypto punks, the pudgy penguins, the bored apes, or are we having kind of a flip where when they're talking about yield generation for their ETH, they're trying to look for stuff that is supposed to have these extra components like the metaverse land, which seems to be completely dependent on if these games ever end up actually doing anything. And Beanie bringing up a pretty wild old story that I forgot about. Remember when that guy gave away NBA.ETH to the NBA as a charitable gift for a struggling league? And then the New England Patriots market bought Patriots.ETH for 75 ETH, getting NFT bubble flashbacks today. So let's go and do a little bit of research on this, because he's saying the New England Patriots went to buy this 75 ETH. Well, it's owned by Deepak ETH. Do you remember who Deepak is? Yo, Corwin, who's learned nothing in 4 years? You rang. Yo, love it. Facts. So Deepak is one of the biggest NFT whales, Ethereum whales, whatever you want to call it, that was a notable player. Like I don't even know what to make the equivalent of for this time around, because it doesn't feel like we have people. Like the Adam Weitzman guy. Never mind, that's probably who. If you know, we've covered where they've gone out and they bought a whole bunch of other deeds. They've gone out and bought a whole bunch of like those one-of-one Mutant Ape yacht clubs, etc. Very similar to that, where Deepak was going out again like spacesuit. These things were like 200 ETH at a point with the laser eyes, robot, everything else, and like scrolling. And their last repost was in 2024, and then like basically nothing else. And so I have no idea what the hell happened to it. But back to Beanie's story, he was saying that like the Patriots bought it, but the person that bought this was Deepak, and you can see like it's the same profile photo. And I mean, maybe that guy owns the Patriots, not that I'm aware of, right? Because I thought it was like the Robert Kraft family or whatever. Or maybe they sold. I don't. Listen, this is why you got to be educated before you throw stuff out there. But I'm pretty sure this is just somebody that like really believed in ETH, was sitting on a ton of it. And so it's like, you're right on the flashback, but I don't know if that was actually owned by the Patriots. There was a meme coin ad at my effing gym today. Look at this. I'm trying to imagine just working out and seeing that. And even if I wasn't in the industry, I feel like anything that would say, hey, like go buy this or that product, like I probably just straight up wouldn't. If it's like quote unquote like an investment, right? Like if it's a product like a water bottle or like certain, I don't know, like gym clothes or something, all right, sure. But I feel like anything that's saying, hey, this is like an investable thing, I feel like just like those straight up signs don't really work. Okay, if you're wanting to feel good today, listen, holy smokes, do we have the story of the day coming away here from Pawns and the Plague. So he says, I received a Kaido airdrop for no reason. I was not trying to earn it, and since the majority of my engagement comes from being a founder, I said I would use my airdrop for a good cause. I'm happy to announce that we've commissioned Caden and Nico to do a painting for the top 40 frog holders. So kind of cool where there's like an initiative here where the top 40 frogs get this, and they'll be paying $100 per painting. But here's like a quick part of the story. And again, it's a really good feel-good one.
There we go.
It's like strawberry color.
It is. Do you want to fold it over?
Okay, I'm gonna squeeze it.
Wow, man, that is beautiful.
My name is Nico. I'm a husband and a dad, and I'm a dad to one of the most amazing little 8-year-olds. His name is Caden. He is an abstract artist, he's autistic, and we are from Johannesburg, South Africa.
So it's like an incredibly long video, and I don't want to go over it, but it gives you the idea. If you're wanting to see what the full story is about, it's at pawns_ETH. I absolutely love that idea. It's taking something where it's another ecosystem that gave you an airdrop to then kind of pay it forward in a way, but also having something very, very cool for some of the top 40 holders there. And again, $100 a piece. That is awesome. So there's your feel-good story of the day, and shout out Pawns for doing just that. We got Roham over here from Flow, NBA Top Shot, everything going on over there. And what does he got to say?
If you go to any sports conference, you will have a digital collectibles panel. It is taken as a fait accompli. It's going to be guaranteed for sure. People collect things physically, they're going to collect things digital. People spend on their fandom physically, they're going to spend on their fandom digitally. And then if they're spending in a digital world, if I'm an IP holder, I want that asset to be open, right? And when I'm talking about Web3, it's just being open platforms versus closed platforms. So I want it to live forever inside a gaming company's servers or on Facebook or on Snapchat. Or do I want it to count this kind of relationship where I own the direct connection with my fan and the fan owns the asset? I license a company to build that asset, but I can always license another company to build that asset. And I think that kind of orientation means that IP holders, they understand Web3 is really strong for them. And there's, of course, inertia from third-party developers, but you just got to show them the business model. If you go to any sports
Basically, just let those IP holders know, yo, you can make some money here in the digital space, and it's a little easier than doing it physically and elsewhere. Something sort of interesting came on the timeline. What's going on, Oonzy? The Ziggs one tricker? Yo, Drew, what are you doing? Yo, are you playing League tonight, bud? I don't know if you saw on the weekend. First night of class went absolutely horribly. Second class, we won. True. So the Node Foundation, this is the company that got CryptoPunks from Yuga Labs. I haven't seen a single damn thing from them, and all of a sudden they drop a 58-second video.
We launched on Tuesday, and then they were all done by Saturday.
I'm confused. It's very retro-like. Okay, we got pins. It's a gallery? I guess, like, from an artistic direction, if we're just looking of, like, okay, was that visually sort of interesting? I mean, I felt like I was watching something real retro. But I think they're doing, like, an art gallery. Man, so, like, not to go on, like, a complete side rant, but during the Halloween of Ape Fest, like, the very first one, basically the way that it worked is you had to go and stand in this line, and there's, like, this viral clip of, like, everybody standing in line. I think I had to go to the washroom, so I'm not in it, but, like, Toasty, Tagline, the boys, everybody's in it. And you were waiting to get a bracelet for this yacht, and they didn't have enough for everybody, so it was like, you wait, and then you might get in. There was some dude that was, like, in the building of where they were giving out the tickets that fell off a ladder and broke his leg. I still think of that randomly at times, being like, man, that's such a shitty experience. We're out here, it's Halloween, we're about to go on a yacht. This guy's having to work and then breaks his leg falling off a ladder. And then I don't even think it made any sense because it was I think they were updating the building, but there weren't, like, things going off the rafters or anything. It's unreal. Yo, Trader Pops, bro, fluffs are so cheap. I don't know if to stay away or buy in. Well, it depends. I feel a lot of the NFTs and everything around it are associated with, like, the token value with it. All right, so it depends if you think the underlying asset's going to do stuff, if you think the breeding's going to happen, if you think that the demand around, like, the culture and all that kind of stuff is going to pick up or not, or do you want to get into the tech side of things? So Bill Noble, listen, great stream as per usual, but what does he have to say about the crypto market right now?
Find what everyone hates, find what no one owns, and find what's hard to buy, and then get busy. Like, those are your criteria for altcoins.
Don't worry. We've absolutely done that. Now we're just playing the waiting game. And so on the topic, right? So I feel like you got to go two ends of the spectrum, right? So everybody's bullish, but you got to be like, all right, listen, relax there, clownfish. And I'm like, okay, sorry. That was my clown impression. But I mean, in 24, right, where there was, like, basically nothing going on, and this is March. So this is, I mean, like, obviously a couple months ago, but a year ago, basically. We had a CryptoPunk that sold for $16.4 million. What the hell have we seen lately? All right, like, people doing sweeps of, like, a whole bunch of different assets, maybe one singular buy of some sorts. But realistically, we haven't seen anything that's like that crazy that makes you say, oh, hold on there, clownfish. We might need to stop swimming, right? We keep going. Like Finding Dory, we're keeping on the adventure for the time being. Justin, NFL Super Bowl winner Saquon Barkley says Michael Saylor told him to go all in on Bitcoin. And Barkley said he would take his whole contract in Bitcoin if he could go back. Nah, that's like crazy. And we keep seeing these different stories, right? From athletes, we highlighted the Odell Beckham one before him, and interesting to see what the perspectives of people are. And this just feels like not a fan. So MetaMask is out here saying that we're launching missions. So first of all, this just feels, the branding is terrible. Respectfully, right? Like, I'm not a branding expert, but this doesn't feel anything like MetaMask. This is supposed to be, the number one wallet. Half the industry or more uses it. Like, oh, hey, we're doing missions. Because they're like, oh, it's going to be for like a token. It's like, eh. And then you read the fine print. It says, we're giving away rewards from a weekly prize pool of up to $5,000. So it's not even like their quote unquote token. They're just giving out like money for people to do these missions, but it seems like they were insinuating that it's missions like OpenSea. I think Magic Eden did it. There's a lot of places to do missions, right? Now, I'm not like anti-mission per se, but it's like everybody's used the wallet. They've probably done swaps within it. Why the hell are we doing like missions at this point? It just feels bad. And adding to that, you have earned hundreds of millions of dollars from swap fees and now offering maybe $5,000 to some users. What a yoke. What a yoke. True. And then we get into the nitty gritty. So Tokyo Beast is shutting down just 1 month after the global launch. People were shilling this. They were like, this is the next greatest thing within Web3. And poof, it's gone. One of the biggest Web3 games shut down after 2 months, says Vert. It was made by a huge Web2 studio, raised a shit ton of money, and allowed people to earn a lot without donating. I myself made $60 in 5 days. Very nice. But it makes sense, as money they spent in marketing was insane. If you don't know, they had a $4,000 streamer program with 20 streamers in it who were all ass. Okay. Many small accounts below 1K followers earned 4 figs, and I won't even mention big creators. They also just gave out money for free. Most of the players didn't generate any revenue while extracting money prizes, which is why the game was never profitable to begin with. Also, it was the top of my list tier. I kind of effed up the game, but it was really good when it was live. So that's interesting. And somebody's saying, so if all the games that raise funds are getting shut down, where are they going to get their funding from? And I kind of agree that we're going to have this awkward part. And then so we have Adam Fern here, who is the co-founder of Proof of Play and Pirate Nation, saying play to earn doesn't work and likely never will. Prob will write something longer about it. It's time to learn from Einstein's falsely attributed quote of some other thing. But it's like, all right, like this guy's got like a big thing. And I mean, Kagi's highlighting the fact that they raised like 33 million. I'm like, so is that given up? Is that like a comment on something else? What in the halibut is going on here? I'm super confused. Going to check out here. How is a good game team terminating after 3 months? Haven't played this one, so can't comment much, but curious, what's the token use case aside from awards? Was it necessary in game, or does it elevate your gaming experience? Project spending much on marketing without simulating how game eco works. Nothing new in Web3. And so this was the whole title. To Corwin's point, this was like the whole title of the stream, where we've seen how many different companies try to do stuff within the Web3 space, and you see marketing campaigns, and I mean like marketing just like simply social media from teams that have been around for a while that aren't even doing these big games or experiences, and they do stuff that you're just like, as someone that's like a veteran in the space per se, if we can call ourselves that, over the past 3 to 4 years. Like, that just reads completely wrong. And that's like the horrible way. And, there's an announcement and then the floor completely drops out and the community's like, well, I mean, if you'd done it like that, like, obviously we could have told you otherwise, but nobody asked. So Tokyo Beast saying, we regret to inform you that Tokyo Beast will officially terminate its service as of August 24th of 25. We sincerely apologize for the sudden nature of this announcement. To address many questions and concerns as possible, we hosted an AMA on Discord. Another one bites the dust, and another one goes, and another one goes, and another one bites dust. We're gonna get you good. Another one bites dust. Now. All right, what do you think? Pretty good, eh? But yeah, I mean, the game developed by a multi-billion-dollar valuation gaming company in Japan and promoted or promised a $1 million prize pool. Never mind. It's gone. Listen, there's a lot of things that don't work in Web3. I'm not trying to make fun of it by any means. Sorry, I guess like it comes across probably that way with it. But it's just like, man, like, when is stuff gonna like work where it feels good? It's not just like, okay, here we go, the same kind of song and dance, massive part. And this goes back to the point of why the hell are teams going out and saying, hey, we have X PlayStation, we have X Xbox, we have X Microsoft, hey, we have Tesla, hey, we have OpenAI, hey, we know, look at our freaking resume. And you're just like, all right, sure, right? So, because none of this stuff matters. It's like, how are you going around things? And to the point, I've never really paid attention to this, right? So I'm talking of like seeing, okay, like maybe it was a good thing that I didn't pay attention because then obviously like it didn't work or whatnot. But the amount of people that were like, hey, this is going to be a big deal. Hey, this is like bragging rights for whatever chain this was on, which I think was IMX. I might be wrong with that. Crypto game entertainment started Web3, blah, 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 blah. If we go to the website, what do we see on here? What do we see? Kind of flashy here. Special World Downloadable Studio. It almost kind of looks like the League of Legends like promo screen in a way. Notice determination now available. Tokyo Release, Journal, Razor Gold, Tokyo World Beast. White paper game. I mean, sure, let's click on this. What does it show on here? Tokyo Beast Trials.
Ji-young, who has been on an extraordinary winning streak, has garnered significant attention for her historic battles. The total amount bet has already exceeded 34,874,518 USD, reflecting the high expectations of her fans.
Like I don't get what what is this? Like I'm just trying to like go with it, right? But like I don't get what this is. Like what sort of game is this supposed to be in? Like a fighter? All right, listen, we've watched 2 videos today that are of like games and stuff. Well, sorry, the Node Foundation and then this. I don't know. It's not really doing it for me. I guess like that's a trailer and the game can be different, but I still don't get like what the hell the game even is. But anyway, that's going to be it for this edition of XFeed. I hope you guys had an absolute phenomenal morning and you continue to have a phenomenal rest of your week. We're going to be back tomorrow as per usual. Don't forget, we do the RWA Segments podcast. The latest one dropped this morning. We talked with Mike Reevy. We go into the fact that he thinks that everybody is not paying attention to stablecoins, talking about how there's a lot of wrappers and the aspect around RWAs. Is it a native token or is it not? The differences between it. And he's also trying to change the freight industry by going on crypto rails. We're changing from speculation to real operations, and it's exciting to watch, exciting to bring it all here with you. Appreciate it. Be sure to check over in the description down below on YouTube or on my bio on X if you want to check that out. Yo, Heavy Sugar, thank you so much for tuning in the other day and today. I got here late. Start over peas. Yo, shit. Listen, I'm going to ask respectfully if you want to go back and check that out. Or listen, here's the other thing. You can use it on 2x speed, and then we got it good. But I appreciate you. Hope you're doing well. And wow, look at Abe's the past couple of days. Not bad, eh? All right, we'll talk soon, guys. Peace.